This will be our first attempt at the assembly video of the 7-foot Home Depot megalodon. Feature of assembly. So, A, B, C, D, pretty simple, even for a dummy like me. Direction south, got the boss running now. It says you should fasten the base down. We already did that because, as you can see, we're assembling a pallet for mobility in our setup. Yet. Assume things go up. And the fins go at the bottom. She's looking at pictures for me. Parts that line up through the middle. You might be able to see a little better when I get over and start locking the front. So these pins here kind of act as a guide. Obviously, we want those all lined in there. Working from the bottom, seems to be working. Long arms are definitely helpful, it would appear. It's reaching down to the bottom, it's not for the short in here. Go together like some of their other collections. Making sure you got them lined up seems to be a little bit of a check this front one, see if nope, missed on the top. This is an honest and true video because we have not pre-assembled this guy. Get a little squeeze so he's sitting down on everything. So far so good. What do we got next? So it's here. Are going to match this way. I think we have him backwards for the crowd. And keep swimming. Keep swimming. Oh, right, you're saying that copyrights no. Please don't sue me. There's a little bit of play, but fitment doesn't look too bad. Now a dorsal fin. That one goes right on the seam. Went in pretty easy though. Alright, let's turn him around real quick. That way as he comes together for the camera, you can see him in all of his bloody greatness. Sorry. Bill? K and M over there?
L and K together, J and M together.
Alright.
K and J are the back pieces.
Want to snap together before we throw them up?
Yes.
Alright. Soon it goes like that. Remember, you're not flying. Line the tabs up. These panels definitely shifted around a bit. And the box, kind of tricky. And we just work from the bottom. You got some tabs that kind of slide over each panel. Ooh, a little tricky, a little tricky. Kind of lock back and forth over one another. Definitely a little bit of a chore. Coming down his side, where those are weaving back and forth, makes the locking a little tricky. That looks like that panel is together. So I'm flexing the shade, pin it out, see how there at the end. See what number 2 does. Sorry about our sunshine here. And probably the glare on top of my skull. These panels cannot be mistakenly put together because the buckles are set up differently with the opposing panels. And flexing that panel to line up the seams here. That tab is not cooperating. There we go. And turn it around so you can see the gills here. These that are a little bit of a trick. Getting them lined up properly. There we go. Okay. Put them up there. Hey, this guy's upside down. So again, got some tubes to start off with. And then of course the panel. Let's leave that open back there for a minute. Oops, come back close. Line this seam up a little bit as we come up. Those are kind of tricky. We have assembled several props over the years. lining everything through. Hope we're still in the video frame there. Look, the side panel down a little bit. Well, everything's really flexy, so those parts are like to come undone. I see it dangling down right in there. Attach the cable. Over there? Why is that on the wrong side? Oh, I bet we're upside down. Alright, these side panels are not likely to stay in the seam junctions. So be aware of that. Let's work from one spot here. Definitely got to flex his body around as you're locking those tabs together in the two sections. Whoop, and we already kicked loose. Where we thought we already had it locked. Panels flexing here seem to be problematic. Tabs could have been a little longer so that you're easier to guide. As you're going around, you get some of them locked, and then all of a sudden they're all unlocked. This panel wants to keep coming undone. There's a lot of complexities, which I understand, you know. But for what they ask for these things, I don't know, I'd expect a little more. Actually a bit of a chore because of the panels flexibility. So again, like I say, got this locked all the way to its dorsal and back. What I fear is as soon as I go to lift up and line these, we lose it all again. Way around to the other side. Yeah. It's lost over here now. finally have them all locked in. What's it say next? Now we drop down in with some D and some E. D.
Work tubes D&E for interior structural stripes and further assembly. See step 6A and 6B below.
And there's spots where these horizontal bars actually lock into the shark's outer shell frame. They're kind of going to have to hold his body. Yeah, they don't line up the greatest. Oh, cool. We lost everything down here now. Okay. We're locked back in all the way around. This video is going to have to be sped up. So,
F.
F me. Ooh. Now we must be for some head action. Maybe some more line connections here. Where are we at over here? Next stage on the
We
box.
are line connected. Right on the head.
So, yeah, connecting the cable for the mouthy man. Creme de la resistance. Imagine lining the tabs up in his head. It's going to be nearly as fun as the torso segment. I don't know, do sharks have a torso? Ask Discovery Channel. I watched Shark Week for years. Still couldn't tell you if it's really called a torso. Start in the back again. His head has changed shape from his body, so this could be fun. There's an access point and a panel that goes in the back, so that's what she's back there hanging on to right now. Trying to hold it some down pressure. Sure, my neighbors think I'm crazy, but there's never really been doubt about that. I think he's locked in for the most part. Those locks don't seem real great. They're just more of a guide. They're not actually holding panels together. Okay, that's good. So the center skeletal structure of it has the threaded cap at the end, like many of their other props. Not sure if it lined up and ended where it's supposed to be, or if we have a big tab washer. Yeah. Okay. Ziploc bag, tab washer. Looks like it just moves over into a groove that's in there in the back of his head. over to where we did this autopsy. Panels are of a softer plastic, more pliable, and maybe it'll be more durable in the sun, but it puts so much flex in the panels that they want to come undone very easily. Maybe after we stood and relaxed for a bit, might be a happy shark.
Last step is connecting the power.
Hook up some power. It's not dark, we know, and you'll see it in other videos that it's just the lights in his mouth. No animatronic. I think he growls. No, he doesn't growl.
You know what? I'm not sure.
It's just the lights, because sharks don't growl. And there you have it. The assembly of the 7-foot megalodon from Creatures of the Deep, Home Depot. Thanks for watching. Hey, we're back. Wife's over here hooking up the power cord. Had a little issue with assembly where you plug into the adapter. The threaded unit on the cord is backwards. So it does plug in, but you cannot put the weather cap over the adapter. Good job. There he is. We live in a pretty windy environment. I'll just turn him here on this pallet. And so we like to tie all of our props off to face the wind. Our wind can come from any direction. One thing we're seeing on this prop is there won't be a whole lot of option. So what we'll end up doing is tying off of the main structure pin at the top, trying to run guide wires around his body both directions. The pallet should hold him pretty good, but it'll put a lot of stress on the internals of the prop itself. One of the issues we're seeing is the overlap in the panels themselves are very short. And even the tabs that line up as you put the sections together, again, very short. So there's a little bit of a fight lining those up, keeping them lined up, and then there's no locking system. They don't actually tab in and connect. They just line up and guide the panels together. The fitment of some of them, because of that, you can see the panels like to pop apart because it's only about a 1/4 inch of an overlap for those tab panels. The fan doesn't seem to line up with where it's laid out in the shark's body panels or really give a great fitment. I mean, granted, you know, these are all to be looked at from a distance, not up close. But for the price that they ask on the LED megalodon, you would expect a little better quality out of some of these things. Issues such as the power control cable. You know, it comes disassembled from the adapter unit, and when we put it together, we realized that the weather nut on the cable itself that does not come off is installed backwards. In review, not the greatest Home Depot prop we've had. For the aesthetics, I think that's there, but again, you know, with the panels misaligning and coming unaligned so easily, and where you'd have to go to get this put back together now, we will have to disassemble the shark again, at least his head unit off, to get in there to be able to address this issue here. The head comes pre-assembled. These panels, not same thing. It's very short, overlapping tabs on everything, so they don't stay locked.
It's more of a flexible plastic, so it all wants to move around while you're assembling it. We'll get more review. One thing I noticed, we're going to go back and line this panel back up. One thing I noticed is when you go to take this nut and the washer off of the shark, especially if you're going to be doing a reassembly right after that, do not drop that, because that will be inside the shark all the way to the ground. And not only will you have to take the shark down to that first section to find it, you'll have to take the shark down to the first section to find it. So, good luck. So the panel alignment thing, if the crossover sections were just a little bit longer to where everything had a more stable lock as it went together, I think we'd be better off all in all. Again, the alignment of the dorsal fin, this large gap where it was flattened for that fin to sit compared to here, and then the fact that it doesn't really ride in there. Same thing on the pectoral fins. There's no lock holding them to the midsection of the prop. Our paint seems to be pretty good. There's a few small nicks and blemishes, kind of to be expected. Again, what we pay for them, I would expect more. Yeah. Anyway, Home Depot, 7-foot LED megalodon.